What's up, Sports Doc Tech family? I'm going to talk to all my cricket loving people, particularly those who love West Indies cricket, whether you're from the Caribbean or you're just a massive fan of the great West Indies cricket teams from yesteryear. This is my take on the 2-0 loss to Australia in the Test series. So, my biggest takeaway in the end after watching both matches is West Indies did not fight for the Sir Frank Worrell Trophy. This is a kind of interesting way of thinking about it because this is the result that everyone expected. So it's not too much of a surprise. But I want to go through some areas in the game, especially in the first Test match, that made you think that Australia would have to work for it. But in the end, Australia retains the Sir Frank Worrell Trophy without breaking too much of a sweat. A 419 run win victory in the second Test match. Lyons, Stark, Nessa, they ran through the West Indies batting lineup, particularly the middle order, as if nothing was there. Absolutely no resistance. And you have to put this in context. It's now 25 years since West Indies won a single Test match in Australia. Yeah. 25 years. And you have to go back to the tour of 1992-1993 for a series win. You know, you remember when BC Lara scored that 277 run out.
Oops, he's in trouble. He's back! He's gone! What a tragic end. Got sent back, got wrong-footed, a good throw, a good take. The end of a fine, fine innings. Brian Lara run out for 277.
Yeah, that was an innings. Look, I know the West Indies had no chance, but when you saw that fight in the first Test match, it gave me, and I guess it's the drug of West Indies cricket, they always do a little thing to say, should we expect more? Is this a different team? And they put up a fight, particular Captain Brathwaite and young Shanda Paul. And in the end, taking a Test match to day 5 was something that I did not expect. I had these markers for what success would look like going into this tour. And winning wasn't a marker of success. For me, it was how much of a fight we were going to put it to the Aussies. And you would say to yourself, if you can get a Test match into day 5, it would suggest that they would need to work harder than they normally would. And so the first match gave us something to hold on to. And I guess that's the theme of West Indies cricket. They always give me something to hold on to, and then just take it away. So, I don't know. I mean, in the second Test match, it was easy. And I don't know if Australia stepped their game up. Maybe they didn't. Or if there are any markers of them stepping their game up was to try to limit the runs that would come from Brathwaite and Shanda Paul. And in this case, they didn't have the same kind of production that they did in the first Test match. And once you expose the middle order, it's just not going to put up any form of resistance. And for me, it was dismal. The bowling as well was not good. And I'm a little bit shocked by that. Maybe not too surprised. I guess the best bowling the West Indies performed throughout the entire series happened in the first session of the first Test match. But overall, the bowling has not been good. Not penetrative enough, not sticking to the right line and length, not adapting to the conditions, at least not in the same way the Aussies do. I know they're on home soil, but we could have adapted to that somewhat. And then it didn't help that Roach and Seals were unavailable for the second Test match due to injury. So we can't go to Australia and not be at our best, because even if we were firing on all cylinders, we still would have lost. So it requires everything to be going for you to be competitive. And in the end, we weren't competitive. And it's a sad thing to say. There's not much that we can break down in the series. What's there to break down? Shanda Paul standout. I really like the resilience of the captain, but there's not much there. I think it's almost unfair to even start to talk about the ability of the players in the middle and how they should be responding. These two, the golfing class between these two teams is just way out there. There's not much we can do. We just have to go back to the normal talking points that we've been saying for years, right? In a way, it's a bit unfair for me to even start to think about the middle order, to think about some of the deficiencies that our players have. And you can't come to Test cricket and improve upon basic fundamentals. I mean, there are things you can adapt, improve your batting. Look, Labuschagne, Smith, all these guys hire their own batting coaches as well to improve. So I'm not saying you can't improve, but there's certain fundamentals that prevent us from being competitive, right? And it's not about talent, it's about the development of that talent. And so I don't really want to go into thinking about, lambasting the stroke play and the decision making, because those things are a factor of the way we play our cricket, the pitches that we develop in the Caribbean, the coaching infrastructure, how much cricket we're playing. There's no real finishing school. It's not like we can send 5 or 6, 7, 8 talented players to go play county cricket or play somewhere in Australia or wherever, India, and have them develop. It's not the business of those countries to develop your own players. And the big challenge is we don't have the necessary resources in the Caribbean to do the kind of infrastructure development that you want, right? I think you can improve pitches, you can do a lot of these things, but can you play a lot of competitive cricket, especially of the 4-day variety, that will allow players to blossom? I don't think we have that right now. There is not enough money that can be pumped into that. It's a region that doesn't have the kind of money that the ECB has or what they have in Australia. When they have these problems, they can tackle it. They have better infrastructure and more money. To be honest with you, the team that can actually challenge an Australia or get us back anywhere to the top, none of those players are alive, because what it will take is a serious restructure. There's a lot needs to be done. We've been saying this for countless number of years now. The beauty about sports is that sometimes you don't really get a chance to pick the team that you support. And for me, that's West Indies cricket. So no matter where I am, I always have to watch West Indies cricket. I have to support it. And I guess the cry is always rally. If you made it this far in the video, thank you. Do me a favor and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.